What's up, everybody? Nick Push here. I got another ranking video today, and in today's video I am going to be ranking my top 10 horror comedies of all time. It's funny, you think horror movies and comedies would be far apart, right? But actually, in just a regular horror movie, not even a horror comedy, you need comedic moments in there just to kind of give the audience a break and things like that. And sometimes it's for character development and things like that. Now, you can also go too far, a la Julian from Halloween 2018. That's another video. But a horror comedy done correctly can be fucking brilliant and gold. And so a lot of them are very campy and things like that. But when you're in the right mood, these movies can really strike your fancy, so to speak. So I'm going to list my top 10. What I'm going to do is I'm going to list the movie, and I'm really not going to go into too much detail on, the plot or too much, too many spoilers or any spoilers at all, really. Only because a lot of these movies, I don't really talk about these movies like this all the time, and I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't seen them, just out of respect for you guys. It's possible you've seen them all. It's possible you've seen just a couple of them. But still, I don't want to spoil, some of the comedic gold that you could have by, getting into detail. So I'm just going to list the movie. I might say a sentence or two, and then we'll move on. My suggestion would be, if you haven't heard of any of these movies on this list, or if you, you've heard of them but you haven't seen them, my suggestion would be next time, you're in the mood for a laugh, and you're obviously, if you're watching this channel, you like horror movies, to give it a shot. See what happens. Some of them might not be for everyone, but some you might find a go-to movie. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. I don't usually, talk like that, but I think it's important for movies that we don't see all the time. I watch a Halloween movie every goddamn week. I don't watch horror comedies all the time, but sometimes I am in the mood, and especially like my number one on this list, it cracks me up so hard, and it's got like a spooky atmosphere, and we'll get into it. We'll talk about it. So let's start right off with number 10. Number 10 is a campy classic, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is probably the goofiest movie on this list, probably the most ridiculous movie on this list, but it's a fun movie. So it's at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is one of many recent movies on this list. By recent, I mean in the last 10 years. And that's going to be Cabin in the Woods, which kind of pokes fun at or takes a different approach to a horror slasher movie, and it does it pretty cleverly. So it's at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is going to be Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. I had not heard of this movie actually until maybe a year ago or something like that, and someone suggested it, and I watched it, and it's funny as hell. So go check that out. It's number 8. Coming in at number 7 is going to be a movie that just had a sequel come out this year or last year, Zombieland. Zombieland 2 just came out. I haven't seen that, but Zombieland, the original, very good movie. So check that out. Number 6 is going to be a movie that I'm sure everybody's seen on this list. There's 2 movies on this list that I'm sure everyone has seen. And number 6 is Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis. Can't go wrong with Beetlejuice. So it's at number 6 on my list. Number 5 is going to be Gremlins Part 2. I wouldn't count the original a horror comedy, even though it has some comedic moments. But number 2 is definitely self-aware. Came out late 80s, 89 maybe. The original came out in 84, excuse me. But the second one's a lot of fun too. It's very different than the first one, but it's fun and funny. So give it a shot if you haven't seen it. Number 4 is going to be Evil Dead Part 2. I don't know if a lot of people consider this a horror comedy, so to speak, but I thought it was kind of campy fun, so I wanted to include it. It's a good movie. It's a little out there sometimes, but all these movies are, so I have it at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Shaun of the Dead. Oh man, a good zombie horror movie. Can't go wrong with that. I think it came out in 2007. I'm sure you guys have seen advertisements or posters, but classic movie at this point, so go check it out. Speaking of classics, number 2 is the other movie I'm sure everyone has seen on this list, and that's going to be Ghostbusters. There's not much I can say about Ghostbusters that you guys don't already know. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, if you have not seen Ghostbusters, what are you doing? Go watch Ghostbusters. All right, let's get to my number 1 on the list. Some of you may have heard of this movie. Some of you may have not. Number 1 on my list is going to be The Burbs. Burbs, like suburbs. The Burbs. Tom Hanks, Corey Feldman. This movie, Bruce Dern. I fucking love this movie. I watch this every couple months. I think it is hilarious. I'll give you a quick synopsis of the premise. Basically, Tom Hanks is on vacation for a week. Carrie Fisher's in this movie, too. She's married to Tom Hanks in this movie. But he thinks his new neighbors are up to something sinister, and he gets some of his other neighbors to start, spying on him, and hijinks ensue. And it's fucking awesome. It's not a typical Tom Hanks movie. I've never even heard Tom Hanks mention this movie. Maybe he's embarrassed of it. But it's fucking awesome. If you have not seen The Burbs, I highly, highly suggest watching it. It is a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite horror comedy? Have you ever seen The Burbs? Do you like it? Thanks for watching.